Web Talkers, this is Rick Pruitt, walking with Web Talk. Jekyll Island, Georgia. We're at the Jekyll Island Club Resort. What a line of history this is. This was the main building that the millionaires built when they came to Jekyll Island back in the early 1880s. From the Northeast, they discovered it with their yachts, came down, built this club, they called it. And this is where they met, and this is where all the functions were, dinner and so forth. And they built, each family built what's referred to as cottages, really pretty good homes, but they didn't have any kitchen facilities. This was the club where they all gathered. Names like Vanderbilt, Lorillard, Morgan, Crane, and some more very rich guys. Inside the hotel there, now hotel, there's a room called the Federal Reserve Room. It's where these gentlemen got together and founded what we know as the Federal Reserve System. So needless to say, this is their old croquet, what do you call that, a court, whatever. That's where they played croquet. Really, really nice place. They only way into the island that time was by the pier, where they came in with their yachts. And there was a guy on the pier that used to blow a horn, or whistle, a loud whistle, when a yacht would pull up. One of the guys, I think it was Morgan, didn't like the sound. So he paid the guy $100 a day not to blow the whistle. Pretty good money in 1800s, $100 for not doing anything. This now is a five-star hotel, which is very, very nice. The dining room inside is gorgeous. The lifestyle they had was amazing. We'll walk around a little bit. We'll see. They built equestrian building of the horses. One of the very first golf courses in the state of Georgia was here, and they modeled it after what they'd seen in Europe, in the link style course. 9 holes is still there. There's 9-hole course is still there. There also now are 3 other 18-hole courses. Kind of laid back, no fast food places on the island, no neon signs or anything. So it's a good place to visit. We come down every year as a family, and we really enjoy it. This island is just south of St. Simon's Island we were on earlier. And in 1942, I think it was, they got wind that there were some German submarines lurking around. So they just packed up and left everything here. The state of Georgia took it over in 1952 and began to sell lots for people to build houses. And you had so long to build, and certain restrictions what the house looked like. Most of those are on the beach now, in a few little areas. Don't know what the population is here. Not very big. Most of the houses now are rentals for vacationers to come down. Still a couple of big hotels. This one here, they used to be their clubhouse, is one of the hotels. Also, the Westin has a big one on the beach, and I think the Holiday Inn has one also. And there's one of the cottages. That one is, let's walk over to the sign there. And this is just one of the plain ones. And that is the, I knew they were going to throw a French word at me right out of the gate, right? This is okay, you French people that are on Web Talk, gotta help me. D-U-B-I-G-N-O-N. Bygone? I guess that's close enough. There. Some other names, Crane Cottage is actually where our daughter had a wedding reception. It's now a part of the hotel. At that time it wasn't. A beautiful place. Like I mentioned, Morgan, Vanderbilt, and some other guys like that. Backside of the hotel there. We'll walk around and show you they built an indoor tennis facility. Of course, they had the croquet, they had the golf, and the horseback riding. This was their island. Now, the state of Georgia has got a turtle hospital, if you will. They takes care of the nesting turtles every year. Kids would like to see that. Back to the live oak trees with the Spanish moss. Here we see what this is. James Clark was a captain of the boats for the Jekyll Island Club. 40-year tenure, he saw many things that shaped his life. People relied upon him to launch and transport them with their supplies to and from Brunswick, which is just across the water there. So it'd be pretty hard to see all of this in one video, but we'll do what we can. I want to see they built their own church, chapel, and actually where our oldest daughter got married. So she got married in the little chapel here on Jekyll. Horse-drawn carriage around the island after the Crane Cottages. Crane Cottage is right across the street from the chapel. We'll take a look at that. Before it was popular, but when the TV series about weddings came out, they had a special about the chapel here and the kinds of pictures you can make here, and also the ability to have the wedding reception at some of the places. It became very popular then, and the price went way up if you could get it. We got a good deal. We got it in a very beautiful wedding, though it was something else. And basically, she married a guy from Texas, so the family got to come down and see Jekyll for the first time. This is a beautiful spot, great place to vacation, never really crowded. Even when it's full with all the rental houses and hotels, still not overly crowded. Gonna keep walking around a little bit here and see if we can see some more for you. I do want to work my way over to the I think this is the turtle. It is. This is the turtle situation right here. It's really pretty neat. They have where they take care of the turtles. It's a sea turtle hospital where they get ones that are wounded, bring them back to life. Great place for the kids to go in. A little interactive situation. And you see sea turtle hospital. And here on the sign it says this was actually at one time the club laundry. Hard to hide the money, huh? But can you imagine in the mid to late 1880s, these guys getting on their yachts, coming all the way down the coast of the U.S. to this island. I don't know who discovered it first, but once the word got out, everybody had to come down. Everybody's cottage had to be, of course, a little bit better than the next one. And they decided, rather than building a kitchen and doing all that, the dining and all that, let's build a club, and that would be the meeting point. So that's what they did. And that was pretty neat. Actually, the Turtle Hospital is open. Didn't know that. So they got a little bit going on there. This one time was a laundry building. Now it's the Turtle Hospital. Let's continue around a little bit. Try to avoid the tourists. This is Tuesday, June 1st. The weather's okay. Not really hot. Still kind of strange to see the signs that say practice social distancing. This term is going to stay with us for a long time, I guess. Part of one of the golf courses over there. See, over that way. Just love these trees. Please remember to follow the social distancing guidelines. How much money have we spent in 3 months on special things for restaurants? These kind of signs, the plexiglass that all the cashiers at the grocery stores have in front of them and all that. A lot of that won't go away. It'll be here forever and ever, I guess. Okay, we're going to keep walking. I kind of came around the long way because I want to see the turtle. Georgia Sea Turtle Center. Been here about 5 or 6 years, I guess. Has volunteers, students around the state that work here in summertime. They're studying marine life and so forth, and they volunteer to work here. And they stay here for free and work in the Turtle Hospital at Jekyll Island. Can't see too much the way we're going here. It's a little bit further when you see some of the cottages and how beautiful it is. It's kind of a back way to go. From where I started in the front of the hotel, I wanted to come around this way. Crane Cottage in particular is really, really beautiful. Fountain, landscaping, and when you see it, you can just imagine the kind of wedding photos were taken there. And the chapel itself is small, but very, very beautiful. The stained glass in the chapel was some of the first stained glass ever done by a gentleman by the name of Tiffany. Here we go. This is the Baker Crane carriage house. On the back side, there's nothing now, probably a storage place, but see some of the pictures where they kept their the horses and the gear. Some of the buildings haven't been really redone that much; they are maintained, and things like that is some of the dormitories for the volunteers. That's the admin building they made out of that. Okay, that's where the offices for the island are located. And there's the chapel coming up in the back of it. We definitely want to see that. Gorgeous, gorgeous place. Like I say, very much in demand now for weddings. But for a long time, it was a well-kept secret. Come here and have a wedding. All the surroundings for pictures and great venues for rehearsal dinners. And we actually had a rehearsal dinner for my daughter in the hotel in the Federal Reserve room. I may do another complete video. I think I will. I'll do another complete video of nothing but the hotel, because there are really some stunning looks in there with the dining room and everything they had. And look at this tree. Gorgeous. Okay. Weather's not too bad today. Mid 80s. Usually we're here, we came a little early this year. Usually we're here somewhere near the 4th of July. And then you're talking mid 90s with very high humidity. So it's an early morning deal. Take a break, get cool, eat a lunch, take a nap, rest a while, go back out when it gets later in the afternoon. Can't imagine the long dresses and the coats and long sleeves and ties that the guys wore back then. Wasn't any bikini bathing suits. Wasn't any short shorts. This is a chapel. I think we can take a peek in the back here of the stained glass. The Tiffany. Some of it. Yep. Yeah, this is the rear of the chapel. That is gorgeous. That is a Tiffany stained glass that they commissioned him. And I think it was one of the first ones he did, I read. Too bad we don't have, when they're open, You know, I have an event here. There's a little guide. Again, local college guy, a girl that works summer, volunteer. They're here and they give you a little brief history of what's going on here. Now this dates back to the 1880s. Here we go. This is the front. It's gorgeous. Well, maybe I told you a story. Okay, I lied. 1904. Faith Chapel, 1904. So shortly after they got here, when they had the church. And it's just absolutely gorgeous. And that's a Tiffany window at the front there too. Walk up there, go glance to that. Too bad we can't go in. Usually you can. Established 1904. Daughter was married here. This is the Crane Cottage. This is where she had a reception. At that time, it was just the Crane Cottage. It was not part of the hotel, which it is now. We can walk through and get a really good look at this garden outside. But well, let's walk this way. We'll show you the courtyard where we had her reception. It was really nice. There's another cottage over there. This is Crane of the bathroom fixture fame. It's astonishing. And this is part of the hotel now, so you actually they have rooms here now. They did not have them when we had the wedding, but this is where we had the reception outside here. Around in these tables, it was really nice. They were up there waving at everybody when they were first introduced and so forth. Really quite an amazing place to have a wedding. And we had a real nice horse and carriage. Picked them up here, took them around by the water and around in front of the hotel. Very nice. Okay, let's go around the front of Crane Cottage. Give you an idea of that. We're gonna do. I got to do a part 2 on this. There's so much to see, and I really want to take in the hotel. Now, this I've been here before. You can see the water out there. I've been here before when there were weddings, and they have the grasses up a little bit now. They cut this grass down real low and put tables out there with, of course, white tablecloths and all the servers dressed in white. It's actually really beautiful. And the flowers are in bloom. Make a little noise as we walk through these leaves. Found out in Savannah the other day, the Spanish moss. A lady told me that they used to take that and stuff pillows with it to make a pillow stuffing. But Spanish moss tend to have lice on it. Supposedly that's where part of the saying came from. Don't let the bed bugs bite. I don't know if that's true or not, but it sounded good. Okay, here's the back of the cottage. Now again, this is just where they lived, and they didn't have any dining room or kitchen or stove or anything. They went up to the main clubhouse. And I can't remember the amount. It's only about maybe a dozen or so, 12, 15 maybe, actual cottages that shared the clubhouse, called the Jekyll Island Club. They had a pretty good front lawn here. That's actually the back of the hotel right there. You can see the back. And we're going to do a video of just the Jekyll Island Club itself. And there you can see the waterway where they came in, and the pier is down just a little bit there, and that's the only way to get here until they built the causeway when the state took it over and so forth. But it's just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Now, a lot of the cottages are this big. I'm not going to see all of them by for luxury. Goodyear Cottage is a nice one. And like I say, this is actually part of the hotel now. The rest of them, one of them is the library, one is a art, kind of art museum they made there. So they took the cottages and developed it into something they could use them for. Stay. If you're ever down this way in the coast of Georgia, must see Jekyll Island. Come on out. There's a parking fee to get on the island. A lot of places to stay. Good restaurants. Island kind of contains it itself. All right, we're going to, man, that tree's gorgeous. We're going to stop it here, and I'll start another one pretty soon and do another one on the hotel itself. There's enough there for it to be interesting. All right, this is Rick Pruitt. Make it a great day.